I come from the sunscreen industry, so maybe I'll talk about sunscreen because all the analogies just come straight to mind. If you sell sunscreen, how are you going to find the posts where moms are trying to buy sunscreen for their kids? Because if you try searching for these, like how often are you going to search? If you find threads that are a day old, people are probably not going to look at them. The algorithm's not going to rank them. And even if you comment, even if it's something nice, the odds are that nobody's going to see it. So you've got to be there. First rule when it comes to social selling is you have to be fast. 50% of the time, the comment that gets the most engagement is the first comment. Mm-hmm. So if you're first, you succeed. Even if your answer is not that good, just because you were first, you will be the top comment.
Well, you'll get the exposure right away, and then you'll probably get the click-through.
Yeah.
So that's already giving you enough exposure.
Yeah, we all know we want to be first, but how do you get there? So like if you use, say, the search bar of Twitter, Reddit, or Facebook, and you type in sunscreen, you'll probably find a lot of posts that aren't necessarily related to people who are trying to get sunscreen recommendations. And maybe they don't even use the word sunscreen, maybe they use the word sunburn, right? How do you prevent sunburns? That recommend me something. Should I be using aloe? Well, that's somebody, if they're looking to buy aloe, they're actually probably had an experience where their sunscreen didn't protect them. And that's also a good lead. Picking which keywords you choose can become incredibly daunting. We first tried this with a number of what they're called keyword monitoring tools that are out there. If you do a quick Google search, I'm sure you will find tons of keyword monitoring tools. But the reality is that even then, once you have a keyword monitoring tool, you still need a social media manager or a human who kind of has these notifications watching, like they're watching them to make sure that they're reading through them and constantly just trying to find the good ones. Which is what I did. So Nick, you've been hinting that I've done this before. So when it came to, we used to sell stickers that would change color when you need to reapply sunscreen. The brand is on Amazon. It's called Spot My UV. I'll maybe take a step back when I talk about Spot My UV, because this was even harder than just selling a product like sunscreen, because sunscreen stickers aren't a category. What would you saw an ad for you search up sunscreen and you see ads for stickers. Why am I getting this bad ad? Because people don't even know your product exists and what it does and how to do it. Ads are even incredibly hard if you're selling any goods that are differentiated. If you sell cosmetics, personal care items, from a picture, it just looks like goop in a can. If you've got something interesting, you're in the supplement space, it just looks like pills in a can, right? Your products, but they're probably formulated to have some unique benefit that is really hard to convey in 2 seconds of a picture of someone scrolling by, right? I'm not sure, have you talked about, what are your thoughts on this, Nick?
Well, I mean, the consumer, any product that requires consumer education, that's a process. It's going to be a lot more expensive. It's going to be, you're going to have to try so many different things because you don't know what language to use to describe. And also your positioning is important. Where do you place this? Do you place this with what kind of a product? Because nobody's going to be looking for that product specifically because they don't know that such a thing exists yet. Yeah. So it's a big challenge. Like I have a client, they sell, I mean, and this, by the way, is something that may be even for products that are not necessarily completely different, but may have a unique aspect of it. Like, for example, I have a client that sells diffuser oils.
Okay, yeah.
Now, what is a diffuser oil? You put it in a diffuser and it makes the place smell nice, right? That's all it is. But their diffuser oil is very different. You know what it does? It changes your mood.
So like aromatherapy type. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not about like feel good mood I'm talking about. Like, for example, if you have sleeping problems, you're finding it hard to fall asleep, you put the type that is for sleeping issues, puts you to sleep. If you are in the workplace, you need to be focused on, you're working on numbers or whatever, then you put the type in that will help you stay focused.
Yeah,
So
and
it
if you're
has,
searching for things like 5 hour energy or a sleep mask and you see oil come up, it's going to be confusing, right? So how does
exactly,
that brand tell
yes,
people that this is not just diffuser oil, but that it solves a problem that they have. It's an education. It's this exact same
yeah,
sort of question, right?
yeah.